Nicholas, go ahead and do this for me, please.
Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo Fundamental Teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. The unsurpassed, deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dharma. In 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one true and actual meaning.
Yeah, thank you very much. So we will continue on what we where we left off last time. This is where we learn how to respect our parents, and it's very difficult to repay our parent kindness. We already been through many times, right? So and I will quickly review what we learned last time. So basically, this is we come to the point that when the children live with the parent, right, in the parent house, not the children house, in the parent house, and you know what? They leave the house early in the morning and they come back home very late in the evening, and they never ask for the parent welfare as well, the well-being. So and they don't even care about the parent the weather condition. That means cold or hot or whatever. They care less. Um, and even though to the point that when the parent, let's say the father who just lost his wife, that means he become the widower, or the mom just lost her husband, and that means she become widow, right? And she live in the house, and the children live in her house or his house. But they feel like they are the guests, not the owner, and they feel like they live in the empty house because the children they left the house and they come. They never inform the parent, and that really sad. That that really terrible, and that's how this happen to nowadays. The children treat their parent in this way. Not talking about when the parent get old, right? Usually we put our parent into the nursing home, and that's it. We leave to the nursing home staff and they care for it, and rarely we come and visit the parent at the nursing home. This is the most terrible condition that we should not do that to our parents. Yes, it's sometimes very difficult for us to take care at home, but if to the point that you cannot take care, Thomas.
Yes, Thầy.
So what happened when your parents get old, right? Should we put them into the nursing home, or what? If what can we do?
We should have them live with us so we can take care of them. We should repay our respects back because of how when we were young they took care of us. So we want to take care of them now and show our compassion.
You don't feel that it's a burden, Thomas?
Oh yes, Thầy. Wait, could you repeat that again?
You don't feel that when you take care of your parent, is that a burden to you?
No, I would take care of them all the time. I don't really care. Yeah.
Good. Remember, never think that take care of the parent is a burden. Never have that mindset. Just think that it's a very blessing that we have a chance to take care of our parents. It's an honor to take care of our parents. It's the duty that we should take care of the parent. And when we take care of parents, just like we make an offering to the Buddha, or we live nearby the Buddha, it's the same thing. If the one who really serve their parent with the whole heart, just like the one who serve the Buddha, it's in the same concept. Okay? That's how you will be able to hopefully to repay the parent kind of, but not too much. So we will learn through this. Okay. Um, uh, let me see. All right, let me show you the video quickly today. Thomas, can you pay attention to the video and help me to summarize at the end?
All right.
Thank you, bro. Good. All right. Thomas.
All right, so for the video, there were a bunch of kids in the beginning bullying her, this little girl, and her dad saw her getting bullied and decides to give her a gift. Though they are poor, he does his best to give her a gift, but she doesn't like the shoes or the gift itself. So then she meets up with a guy, which is her friend, and her friend invites her to a birthday party where then a bunch of his friends starts bullying her because of how poor she is, how she was dressed, and she blames her father for not buying her like a better dress or like a better gift. So her dad tries to make her happy and smile. So he does everything he can. He starts planning the best gift for her ever, and because he felt bad. And what do you call, at one point he bought food for her, but she didn't like it because she was just upset with him and ungrateful for everything. But the only reason he was doing all this because he loved her so much. In the end, he couldn't take it, and then he started crying while driving, and then he dies by a car crash. I don't know, at that moment his daughter finds him dead, and she starts crying, and hopefully she realizes that her father gave her everything that he could because he loves her, and that she should be more grateful, and that he has been living a tough life, poor, and he's also limping like at one point in the video, and that he doesn't want her to live a tough life like he did. So yeah, it shows how much he loves her and the compassion.
So why the dad got an accident? Do you know why?
um, he, I think because he was I think he was crying over his emotions of seeing his daughter getting bullied, and he didn't like that. He wanted her to have the best life as possible, and I think he probably feels like he failed that, but in reality, he didn't.
No, because he keep thinking about his daughter, right? He keep worry about his daughter and all those. That means his mind very busy to his daughter. Therefore, therefore he cannot concentrate on driving, and he got into the accident. All right. Thank you for summarize the story. Um, Christopher, are you there, Carl?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tell me that look like that she lived with her father only. That means the single parent. When the parent poor, right? Do you think that is that the problem, Christopher?
Um, maybe tayo there's no mother around that could probably help. Maybe. Not too sure.
No, I'm talking about when the parent, doesn't matter, single mom or single dad or both parents, when the parent is poor, is that a problem? Is that what do you think? Christopher?
I think so.
All right. Nicholas, tell me, what do you think about this? When our parents poor, is that a problem? Because should we claim on on them? Should we claim on them?
No. Well, it depends what our parents are doing. If they're now working hard or providing for the child, it's their fault. But if they're doing everything they can and the child is still upset, the child is spoiled. So, I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Aaron gone. Aaron?
Yeah.
When our parents poor, should we expect more than what they cannot provide to us?
Can you say that again?
When our parents poor, right? They don't have money to provide whatever we need. But should we expect more than what they can provide to us?
No.
But what should we do in that situation?
Maybe like try helping them out in like the current situation that they are in.
Yeah, we have to help them out when they are in a difficult life, right? We have to be a part of the family. We cannot just want, I want this, I want that. No, no. That's not how the children treat the parent. Well, so we have to help the parent when they in a difficult time, right? We cannot just walk away and we just want whatever we want, and we want to have the same thing whatever that the other kids have. No. Um, yeah, it's very tough for her that the other kid is bullying her, but not because of that. She complained to her dad, right? So that is not fair. Um, John, John, Nguyễn, are you there, con?
Yes, thầy.
Okay. When our parent in this situation, that means the parent is very poor, and we try the best to help them. But when if we cannot be able to help them, at least what should we do? Make them not worry about us. John.
To make them not worry about us.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like financially or like
Anything, not only financially, anything.
you you could just try to hide from them, like in case like you needed money to take care of them, but like you didn't really have it or anything, you wouldn't like I don't think you wouldn't like tell them, you just pretend that it was like normal.
Mm-hmm. Kwa, can you help me to understand this more? Kwa?
So about the parenting and if they're poor, so if your parents are poor but they still provide you with everything they can, then obviously you should be grateful for what you have and what they give you, because it's still enough to live and it'll help you grow still. So you should always be grateful. And like, for example, if your parents need time to work to earn money for your family, then you should try to do work around like the house maybe, so you'd save that time for them to go to work. Like at home you could do chores like take out the trash, you could wash dishes, or you could do stuff while they're working. Or even if they're not working, you could still do it for them so they can have time to relax after maybe a long day of work. Or yeah, just help around the house. Maybe just do little things, like little things can have a great impact in your family and how your parents work, and yeah, and how you grow as a person.
Yeah, Ryan, can you help me to understand this? If we beside help the mom or the father to do the house chore, right? What else we can do? I mean, what is the best thing that we can do to make sure that our parents not worry about us? Ryan.
Like worry about anything, like don't worry about anything, right?
Yeah. So they are free for that means they are free from worry about us anything, right? Whatever, right? So what is the thing that we can do to make sure that our parents have a peace of mind, right? What is the best thing we can do?
I guess like instead of playing games all day, you could just study or something. I think.
That's a good one because that's important. When we study, are we study for ourselves or we study for our parents? Right?
We study ourselves.
Yeah, because we study for ourselves, for our future. And that's how the parent will not worry about our future much. And therefore, their mind will be more peaceful, right? So they will not worry too much. Therefore, they already, let's say that they already are poor and they already have a lot of stress and have a lot of stress. And we don't want to add more burden on to them, right? So we make sure that we want to, that is how we can help them. That is the best way to help them, by doing really good in school. And also at the same time, when you have time, we can help the parent to do the house chore around the house. That is how we, that's what we call the children who respect the parent. That's how we should respect them in that way. Okay, so that's important. Okay. One, one.
Yeah.
So in this story here, so the girl is she finally realized that her dad provide everything for her, right? That means he bought the motorcycle for her. She bought the shoe for her. She bought the wallet, all those things for everything is there. But that means he didn't. Maybe he did not have time to tell her, because whenever he tried to communicate with her, she just walk away. She just slammed the door, and that's very tough for the father to communicate with her. But right now, after the father dead, what do you think she will? What kind of feeling that she will have? One.
She will regret all her like action to him, like she will miss him. Like,
do you know the regret that she have? Is that how long will it last?
probably for entirely of her life. Like,
Yeah, that's
forever.
correct. It will be entire her life. And do you think that she will have a happy life if she have that kind of regret?
No.
No. So don't. So Lê Quyên, Lê Quyên.
Yes.
So when when the father passed away, right, in this story, do you think that we can be able to find another father?
No.
So one is gone, it's gone. Because in this lifetime, we have only one pair of parents, the father and the mom, right? That's it. One they gone forever. So don't let that happen. So we should enjoy every moment when we still have the parent. So in Asian culture, especially in Vietnamese culture, they are saying like this: if the children have the parents still alive, that is the most treasure. That means they have the most valuable treasure. But when the parent, if the one who have a parent passed away already, that means they do not have parent. That is that means we are the one who have is very poor. That means we even though we are rich in material, but we still poor. Why was that? Because the parent is the most valuable treasure, not the material. Does that make sense to you, Thomas, Vincent?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Our parent is the most valuable treasure, not the material, not the whatever we, let's say later on we become a doctor or engineering or whatever. Yeah, it's good for your future. But that thing is limit. It have a limit, right? But the love and kindness from your parent is unlimited. You see that? Yes, the daughter treat her father badly, but the father always love and care for her until the last day of his life. You see that? That's important. We don't want to let that thing happen to us. Make sure that. Otherwise, after that, we will very regret, and that regret stay with us for the rest of our life. We don't want to in that situation. Okay. Okay, we continue on this. Um, mm, mm. When can you help me to read this one? Window, are you there? Okay. Let's see. Vincent, go ahead. Window, are you there?
Yeah. See, not around. I can reach for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Not around now, so I can reach for you now. I'm home.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
It is only right that children should provide for aging engine parents with food and drink of delicious flavors, but irresponsible children are sure to overlook their duty if they ever do attempt to have their parent in any way. They feel embarrassed and are afraid people will laugh at them. Yet such offspring might lavish well and food on their own ways, and children disregarding the toy and the weariness involved in doing so. Other unfilial offspring may be so intimidate, but they're wise that they go along with all of their wishes, but were appealed to by their parents and elders, they ignore them and totally unfair by their pleas.
Okay. Do you understand what that we get later about this? It's okay. Okay. You want to say to summarize what you get understand or not? I will provide the summary. Okay, so in here that it's the only right that the children should provide for the aging parent when our parents get old, right? When they old, we should always provide food and drink. That means it's delicious. That means we provide the shelter, the necessity, right, for them. That is our duty. But for the children who is irresponsible, that means the one who not responsible, they just overlook. They don't. That means they don't do. If they want, if they have to do it, if they have to attempt to do it, they just do it. But they feel very embarrassed when other. So they're afraid that other people laugh at them. Okay, this is important. Let me. Let's see. Do you think that when we serve our parents, right? That means when we help our parents when they get old, should we feel embarrassed?
No, I think no. Why we should feel embarrassed?
Because maybe they're because their skin is very wrinkled. That means they not look good, right? Their condition is bad. That's why the children feel embarrassed. What do you think? Is that right?
It's a pleasure to have them.
Okay, it's a pleasure to have that. That's correct. Never in any moment that our mind have any ill thought against our parents. Not only talking about the embarrassed. Don't ever think that when we help our parents, when we serve our parents, that we think that we feel embarrassed. Never have that kind of thought. Never have that kind of mindset. Always think that that is a blessing. That is the great blessing. Not only blessing, but that is the great blessing and honor to serve them with the whole heart. That's how, at least for the good children, at least that's what we can do to them. Because they are the one who sacrifice everything for us, both material as well the mental, right? So why should we embarrass? And you know what? For the bad children and filial, that means the bad children. So when they treat parents, it's very bad. But when their wife intimidate when their wife and their children intimidate them, and you know what, they still go ahead and fulfill their wish. But when they come to the parent, they ignore the parent. That's really bad. You know what? When we treat our parent the way that we don't respect them, what happens is when we get old, right? Our children we treat even worse than the way we treat our parents. This is the cause and effect, right? So because the children look at us as the role model. If they saw that we treat our parents in the bad way, of course they will follow our footsteps and they do exactly or even more than. That means they treat us even terrible than the we treat our parents. So keep in mind, don't do that. Okay, when we do that, we lose a lot of blessings. We pray a bad karma. That's really terrible. We don't want to in that situation. Okay. Okay, John Nguyen, go ahead and read the next one for me.
It may be the case that daughters were quite loyal to their parents before their own marriages, but they may become progressively rebellious after they marry. This situation may be so extreme that if the parents show even the slightest signs of displeasure, the daughters become hateful and vengeful towards them. Yet they bear their husbands' scolding and beatings with sweet tempers, even though their spouses are outsiders with other surnames and family.
Keep going.
Ties. The emotional bonds between such couples are deeply entangled, and yet these daughters hold their parents at a distance. They may follow their husbands and move to other towns, leaving their parents behind entirely. They do not long for them and simply cut off all communication with them. When the parents continue to hear no word from their daughters, they feel insensate anxiety. They become so fraught with sorrow that it is as if they were suspended upside down. Their every thought is of seeing their children just as one who is thirsty longs for something to drink. Their kind thoughts for the offspring never cease.
Okay, stop right there. So what do you understand from this reading?
That it's got like your parents once somebody gets married, like their attitude changes more, and like if the parents like shows displeasure, um the they distance themselves, and yeah, I don't really know how to.
Okay, this time right here, the Buddha said that the daughter, when we compare the daughter with the son, right? The daughter is more obey to the parent than the son obey to the parent. That usually happens. But even though the daughter is quite filial, that means quite respect to the parent before their marriage. That means before they get married. But after they get married, you know what happened is the situation becomes so extreme that that means eventually the daughter is busy with her own family, and you know what? She began to keep a distance from the parent, right? And you know what? And but if the parent have any slightly sign of displeasure, and the daughter become very hateful and vengeful toward the parent, and but when the husband scowl at her or beat the daughter, that means the wife, and you know what? She still be able to bear the those things without have any side up against the husband. But when she come to the parent, she keep the parent at a distance. And you know what? She also follow her husband to move to the other house and leave the parent entire behind. And she cut off all the communication. You see that? And that is But you know what? That also means that the couple, that means the daughter, husband, the emotional bond between the husband and the wife, that means the daughter and her husband, is very entangled. That's not good, right? But still, she still want to keep a distance from the parent and follow her husband. And That's really sad. What did it try to say to us? We only care about our own family. We care less about our own parent. Regardless, the son or the daughter doesn't matter, right? That happened nowadays. It's really terrible in this society, and very sadful. So we don't want to do this. Make sure that we should not do this to our parents. Yes, later on when we get married, yeah, you have the parent, your own parent, you have your spouse parent. Treat them equally. Don't treat one side more than the other side. Because if we do that, we will create the conflict internally with our spouse. That's what we don't want. Because remember, uh, without the spouse parent, we don't have the spouse today, right? Without our parent, we do not that means we will not be in this world. So remember, so they both sacrifice for the spouse as well for ourselves. That means the parent, the spouse parent sacrifice everything for the spouse, and our parents sacrifice everything for ourselves. We should treat them equally. And not only that, when we have a chance to help other people, let's say that we help the older people, the same age with our parents, we treat them just like our parents. I'm talking about a stranger, not the family member. For the stranger, we still treat them just like our parents because we're talking about the age that is same age with our parents. We should have that mindset because when we treat them as our parents, we will uh, 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 diligently help them whatever they need with the loving kindness and compassion. That's how we gain the blessing and we gain the virtue. The blessing and the virtue come from the more blessing or more virtue or less blessing or less virtue. It depends on how the mind, the compassionate mind or the loving kindness mind, it's more or less. It's not based on the material. Remember that. So we should use the right mindset to treat other people. Okay, so that's important. And you know what? And a parent always thinking about the children, even though the children treat them badly, they still think them day and night without ending, never end. Right? That's what it means. This is so important. Joe, you want to read this one, Joe?
Yeah. Where do I start?
The virtue of one kind parent.
Yeah. The virtue of one's parents' kindness is boundless and limitless. If one has made the mistake of being unfilial, how difficult it is to repay that kindness. At that time, upon hearing the Buddha speak about the death of one's parents' kindness, everyone in the great assembly threw themselves on the ground and began beating their breast and striking themselves until their hair pores flowed with blood. Fell unconsciousness to the ground, while others stamped their feet in grief. It was a long time before they could control themselves. With loud voices, they lamented, "Such suffering, what suffering, how painful, how painful. We are all offenders. We are criminals who have never awakened, like those who travel in the dark night. We have just now understood our offenses and our very insides are torn to bits."
So what do you understand from this, what you just read?
I'm not sure because I was a little late.
Huh? Can you summarize what you just read?
I'm not sure, Ty.
Okay, it's okay. Let me explain to you. Okay, the virtue of one parent kindness is boundless. That means no boundary. And, and limitless, that means no limit. That means the virtue of the parent kindness is no boundary, no limit. And if we make a mistake of being unfilial, that means being not respect to the parent, how difficult is it to repay that kindness? That means very difficult for the unfilial child to repay the kindness of parent. And at that time, upon hearing, that means in the assembly, right? That in the rich assembly, that means that the one who listened to the Buddha teaching at that moment, after they hearing the Buddha teaching about the parent death kindness, and they roll themselves on the ground and began beat their breast and strike themselves until their hair covered with blood. And some fell unconscious to the ground while others stamped their feet in death. It was a long time before they could control themselves. Why they in that situation? Why the people roll themselves on the ground and beat themselves and fell unconscious for a while before they can be able to control themselves? Do you know why, Christopher?
Because of their offenses, and they just realized it.
Because what?
Because of their offenses, and they started beating themselves because of all the offenses they caused.
Okay, that means in the past, that means they have not heard about the Buddha teaching yet, right? In the past, they might treat the parent badly, right? Somehow. Now, after they heard the Buddha teaching, they feel remorse. And you know what? That is very painful when we in the remorse condition, when we have the remorse feeling. That's very painful. And that's why they beat themselves. Why I am very ignorant. Why I am don't know all these things. Why did I treat my parent in that way? I should not do that. That's what the feeling that they have right now. And that means inside of them, it torn and bit by bit. So that is, okay, let me show you this movie. This is a very good movie. Nicholas, can you pay attention to the movie and help me summarize the story down?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, give me 1 second now. You read the subtitle, okay? Nicholas, can you read the subtitle?
Oh, you want me to read them?
Yeah.
Son, get up, have tea. Mommy, we have, how many times have I asked you? They're going too fast.
Okay, I will make it slower. Okay, go ahead.
Why do you spoil the mood daily? Son, I had knocked. When I got no response, I came in. Mommy, why are we telling lies? We were sleeping, not dead. We heard no knocking. You do not speak ill things early morning. Maybe I forgot to knock. Sorry. No, Mommy, no. I saw Grandma knocking the door. Keep quiet. You fan of Grandma. Go and be ready for school. Mommy, where is Nilu? Prescription slip that I gave you yesterday. I have to buy medicine after my office. Which paper? Mommy, you have to be grown up to remember these things. You forget everything. Son, I am speaking the truth. You gave me no slip. Papa, here's the slip. You gave it to me to put on the table. Oh yes, I forgot it. Papa, you have grown to 60s. That's you forget everything. You silly boy, dude. You talk to the elders like that? A father spoke to grandma like that. Is she younger than Papa? See, now he has started speaking like her. Go and be ready for school. The doctor had checked me up. Will you collect my report from him? No, Mommy, I'm too busy to have time for such petty job. You collect yourself. Mommy, I have to discuss something important with you. Yes, son, tell me what it is. Mommy, get the Mulvanger flat registered in the Nilu name which you have in your name. Why, what is the problem with us living here? Not us, Mommy, only we shall stay there. You will continue living here. What are you saying? What do you mean? You mean you will leave me alone? I will be alone here. Yes, Mom. We shall live there and you here. Son, what wrong have I done that? You are deserting me. Yes, speak clearly. Mom, I have fed up with these daily quarrels. I can bear it no more. What? Oh, you want to live separate from me? Dear son, when you were a kid, you harassed me a lot. And the more you harassed, the more my love increased for you. If anyone spoke against you, I fought with them. I never left you alone. And today, you want to leave me alone like hand-picked husband. Okay, well, when you have decided like that, but my son, please do one thing. Don't worry. Just give me 2 months. I will leave all of you on my own. Okay, but only 2 months. Yes. Only 2 months. Oh no. After 45 days. Are you feeling headache, mother? What happened, mother? I can call the doctor. What happened, mother? See, today neither mom awakened nor us tea. Now you won't be able to go to the office in time nor our child to his school. Let us see. Mom. Mom. You are still sleeping, Mom. Is it time for sleep? Mom. Mom. Come to know from doctor report that I have brain tumor. Before I told it to my son, he revealed that he wants to stay separate from me. Now, I've not lived more than 2 months. If I let my son daughter-in-law live separately, my grandson will feel bad about his parents that they deserted her in her old age. Lest my grandson behaves in the same manner, so I wanted 2 months of joint living. After all, I have to leave the world within 2 months. So why to bring the fame to my family? Now I'm going and leaving you behind. It may be a black spot on them, and their son too may do the same with them which they did with me. I am your mother. I love you. I cannot see a black spot on your character.
Okay, all right. Can you help me quickly summarize the story?
Basically, uh, two parents, husband and mother, they're really disorganized parents. And when the grandmother comes to remind them uh, about something, they get angry at her and let out their frustrations on her. And then after they discuss with the grandmother that they're going to be moving out, leaving the grandmother in the house, and the mother says, or the grandmother says, give me 2 months and uh, to see what happens. And then within the 2 months, um, the grandmother can't take it anymore. And what she hasn't discussed with her son is that she has a brain tumor. And due to that, she collapses and dies. And then in the mother's notebook, she wrote down her like will and reason for dying. And the uh, the parents see it, and the son realizes that um, her mother gave all her efforts for them and loved them very much. And then he begins to realize um, her his mother's love, and then starts to weep about uh, his mother's demise. And then the wife even starts to realize it.
But in here, do you see that even though the grandmom, when she passed away, but in her note, did she mention anything about that? They treat her badly?
No.
Mm. The last sentence in I think it's in the notebook is she said that I did not see your any black spot in your character, right? That means that is the kindness and compassion of the parents who with the children. They always been there with them. Doesn't matter how bad they treat them. They always there with them. So don't let this happen to us. And this story right here is the almost the same thing with the Buddha teaching, exactly the scenario that from the Buddhist teaching here. So what does that mean? We know that in this world there are a lot of children treat the parent badly, very badly. And you know what? Well, that is the reality. What can we do? So we don't want to be in that situation, right? Um, so I hope that from this story, we should value our parents. We should take care of them. Not only should we wait for them to when they get old and take care of them. Let's see, Brian, Brian, go.
Yes.
We wait for our parents when until they get old and then take care of them at that time. Or what should we do?
Well, we should take care of them like now.
We should take care of them right now, because any moment when we live with our parents, that is the most treasure moment, the precious moment that we have with them. Otherwise, once the chance is gone, you cannot go back. You cannot be able to find another chance to serve the parent, because when they're gone forever. So don't wait, because life is impermanent. We might live today, we don't know that we can survive tomorrow, right? That is the reality. So whenever we are with the parent, make sure we serve them with the whole heart. Don't wait until the chance is gone and we cannot find another chance. All right, okay, we stop right here. Okay, we will stop right here. Um, uh, let's see. Good. Nguyên, go ahead với ý cái này.
May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find in giving unity, may their minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow relieve their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of the endless night, because our hearts are one. This world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and rise. May all become compassionate and rise.
Good, thank you very much. All right, thank you everyone. Nam mô Di Đà Phật. I will see you next week. Right.
Phật thầy, cảm ơn thầy.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Cảm ơn thầy, chào
Cảm ơn
thầy.
thầy, chào thầy.
Cảm ơn thầy.
Thank you.
Phật thầy.
Yeah.